Okay, hello everyone. Thank you all for coming. Couple of things, but I'm not sure that San Jose. We just came back from San Jose last night, and got some interesting story from San Jose, but I don't see them at all. Are they taking a break or what? Is YongHua there in San Jose? She told me a story that's kind of interesting. Is YongHua there? No? No, she's not. Too bad. It's not meant for you then. It's not meant for your ears. Maybe next time. I saw, we went to San Jose. We were in San Jose yesterday, and a lot of people came, especially the old monk's family came. You know that. Yeah, it's like 20 of them got together. They flew in for the 4th of July weekend celebration. So he's a great-grandfather. Can you imagine? His belly's like late 70s. He's a great-grandparent already. The Vietnamese multiply too quickly. And but not sure you can see it on the monitor. But the old monk looked pretty healthy, pretty happy. Actually, he looked very young and very content. It's nice to see that. Also, what struck me was one of the boys who would come to the temple when I'm there. They would show up to the temple. He goes there with his parents, and I finally noticed that I like what I saw. When he was younger, he was rather petulant. He wouldn't talk to people. He rejected people because he's bipolar himself. So he used to reject people. He used to not want to be judgmental on people. Manic is a manic feature. Okay, they judge people. They're very judgmental. So, for example, he felt that he felt that what's a boy here? Oh, Along is a naughty boy. He didn't like Along at all. He said Along is so, what he says, immature. Okay, this is about last year. He says, Along is too immature for me. I don't like him. And so he used to reject people, wouldn't talk to people, didn't like to play with the other boys who would come to the temple or girls. And is there a problem? Needs to be closer. Okay, how about now? Okay, so yesterday I noticed that I was very, very pleased. I noticed that I noticed it for the last few times, but it was obvious to me yesterday because there were a lot of people, a lot of kids as well. And, I noticed that how pleasant he became. And how can I describe it to you? He became a rather sweet and kind boy. So I'm very pleased with that. That's all we could ask for from our children, that they learn to be respectful, they learn to be kind and sweet. Okay, and so that's important to us. That's important for you to keep in mind as far as children goes. if they're smart, this boy is very smart. The genes are excellent. Successful people, smart people, well-educated, Asians, what do you expect? That's how we Asians are. For them to be able to later get a good education and perform at a job, that sort of can be taken for granted. Smart people, they'll manage, it's not a problem at all. But what's much more important to me personally is that the kids need to be need to be taught about virtues, be taught about kindness and compassion. And I'm seeing that this boy here, that he's growing that direction, and that makes me very, very happy. That's the most important thing. If the kids can develop that at an early age, they'll grow up fine. They will, they're smart enough, they figure things out by themselves. But it's the foundation of virtues, the foundations of goodness that need to be instilled. Otherwise, they will suffer, they will struggle a lot personally with their personal life. Okay, so that was the great news to me that we opened a way place something like a year and a half ago up there during the pandemic, and because we were invited up there, and I saw how it's beginning to bear fruit. People are we have a stable core group of people. We still are not quite officially open to the public yet, but we're full already. So we may not open the public at all. We keep it to ourselves. All right. So I'm very pleased. I really was tickled pink when I saw that kid. I noticed that kid. So he'll be a good influence on the other kids as well. Okay. So it's a result of a few things. Number one is that the parents are pretty good. They give him pretty good genes and put him in a proper environment at home. And number two is the blessings he has. This boy has many, many blessings. Okay. And finally, because of the blessings, he's able to come and be exposed to the proper things at an early age. That I'm so pleased because I wish I were exposed to these things when I was younger, so that I didn't have to struggle so much for the first half of my life. Okay, have no sense of direction, didn't know what right and wrong was. Model after the wrong people, and it's unfortunate. All right, I guess you're not impressed, but I'm very impressed because that's important for our children, I feel. Okay, and again, I heard also a very fascinating Pureland story yesterday, but she's not there. I'd rather she tells you with herself, but she's not there, so it's not meant for you today. Today, then, we have some guests that are waiting to talk to me. They came a little bit late, so I'm going to make this a little bit short, unless you have questions. We've been trying to help since June. We've been trying to help. It's in May, maybe. We've been trying to help the COVID cases in Korea. Okay, because the vaccination rate is pretty low over there. They only have about 20% of the population that is vaccinated, and they go about 10% every 3 weeks to a month. So it's very, very slow. And so you see, we've been trying to help, but the new variant here has been, have been hovering around. They've been concerned. The COVID new infection rates have been hovering, let's say in March, around 400. Okay, they complain about it. The Koreans very concerned, unlike us. It's a country of 55 million people. So for them to get new infection rates of around 400 or 500, they're very, very concerned. So this happened around April. It became a constant in April. Okay, the trend upwards was to April, stayed up there around 500, 600, 700. So they're very concerned. And so you see it keeps tracking. And then now recently, as of yesterday, new infections were about 742 new cases. Okay, so it's a real concern for the government. Unlike us, they're very concerned. They want to get vaccinated, but the vaccination is not as fast as over here. We have many more resources to be able to pull it off. So they're concerned about it. That's why the whole country is basically not quite open yet, unlike our country. Okay? And so I was concerned about that. I asked the abbot of Jewel Mountain to help out because we want to give them a little bit of assistance to make sure that the country doesn't suffer too much. Okay? And then later, even with our intervention, it still hovers around 400, 500, 500, 600. It goes down to 300 this area here, this period here, okay, and then still now it goes up to 600, 700. So it's a new variant, and therefore is very contagious, okay, and unlike the people here, which we are a divided country, half of us believe in vaccines, half of us don't. So the other half is infecting the rest, among themselves, okay? But over there, the Koreans are more law-abiding. So if the government says go get vaccinated, most of them would, I think, okay? But they can't vaccinate their own people fast enough. Okay, so that's why the economy is now in a state of limbo. They don't dare do much. They're concerned about losing their people. Okay, and so we try to help, but it still hovers around 400 and 700. Okay, on the average each day. Okay, and that's how dangerous this new variant here is. It's very, very catchy, and then I took a look at another aspect of the COVID-19, which might be of interest to us as well. Okay, this is a flu virus, meaning especially the new variant, the Delta Plus, is very, very contagious. It catches on like so fast. Okay, it infects people so fast. There's not much you can do about it. Okay, but let's look at the real numbers. What is the bottom line? Even if people get infected, so what? Okay, that's my point. The point here is that the next thing I'm showing you on the screen is the number of deaths by the COVID-19. Okay, and as you see here, let me read it for you. Okay, it hovers around 1 or 2 or 3. Yesterday it was 1. The day before, the death associated with COVID-19. The day before is 3. The day before is 2, and so forth. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. See, the infection rate is 700, but the death rate is only 1 or 2. You see? And that's the nature of COVID-19. They're not that lethal. They're only there to instill panic in our society. I told you that last year already. You didn't believe me. This is a proof right here. Okay? The infection rate is going crazy. So this is what happened with COVID-19. Interestingly, either it kills you or it infects very quickly, in my opinion. So when the new variant infects very quickly, then it's very weak. It doesn't kill you. Okay, and that's why the new variant. The scientists said that if you get vaccinated, you will be protected against the infection, and you have lower symptoms, not as severe symptoms. Okay, so you see, that's the nature of this virus here. Either it kills you or it infects you. So if it infects you this quickly, it won't kill you. So Republicans, you're safe. We got infected, but we won't die. So we'll increase actually our immune system. And that's the good news. Okay, although I would still recommend that Republicans and people who don't believe in vaccines to get vaccinated, because you may infect your family and loved ones, and these death cases are because of pre-existing conditions. If you have respiratory problems, dormant respiratory problems, and such pre-existing conditions will be lethal to you. So don't take chances. Okay, I'm going to get vaccinated. Second shot comes Wednesday. Okay, even though I don't need it, I want to act as an example. And if I have blood clots and whatever, it's nice to know you. Yes, great.
Mô Phật bạch thầy, con Covid này đó, cái Phật pháp mình có giúp được con Covid này không thầy?
Giúp là sao?
Giúp cho qua khỏi gì đó, giống bây giờ nó nhiều quá rồi, mình ở trong cái Phật pháp mình nó có giúp được con Covid này cho nó giảm bớt được không thầy?
Giúp được cho những điều có thời giờ đâu mà làm chuyện rùi bu không à. Những cái tụi nó bệnh thì kệ cho nó bệnh, sao đâu. Miễn sao không chết thôi, kệ nó. Nói nó không nghe, nó cứng đầu á, biểu nó đi chích ngừa, nó không chích ngừa mình làm gì bây giờ? Mình chịu thôi à. Mà mình dân chúng ta muốn làm gì thì tùy hỷ làm thôi. Chừng nào mà bệnh hoạn, chừng nào mà nguy hiểm họ mới biết sợ, còn không biết sợ, muốn nổi hứng muốn làm gì làm, mình chịu thôi à. Lúc trước mình giúp rồi, cái lúc mà trước mình giúp cái thời gian năm vừa qua, 6 tháng vừa qua mình giúp là tại vì nó nặng quá đi, là cái kinh tế nó sẽ sụp. Thằng Giêng tới bây giờ mà mình không giúp nó phải bị sụp. Ok, thành mình giúp để có thời giờ để nó chích ngừa, thành nó không có hoảng. Cái Covid này nó khiến mình hoảng, thì người ta mới không dám đi làm, người ta không dám đi đâu hết. Thiệt ra những người bị bệnh trước rồi mới bị chết, còn mấy người không bị bệnh thường không bị chết. Thành ra nó thiệt ra không có nguy hiểm gì nhiều. Cái nguy hiểm nhất của nó đó là nó khiến dân chúng hoảng lên, người ta không dám ra ngoài đường nữa, không dám đi làm nữa, thành kinh tế nó sụp. Vì vậy cái tai hại lớn nhất á, nó khiến mình sợ, chứ còn cái nó không có nguy hiểm lắm. Giờ mình giúp nữa để cho nó bị bệnh, nó biết chừa, nó đi nó chích ngừa, chứ còn mình cứ giúp hoài chừng nào đâu có thì giờ làm hoài đâu. Mình đâu phải là đi làm chuyện nghĩa hiệp đâu. Mình có chuyện đại Phật sự mình phải lo chứ, đâu có thì giờ lo chuyện rùi bu hoài được. Mình giúp một thời gian xong giờ thầy không giúp nữa. Ok. Basically, the summary is that she says, is there more we can do? I said, we help during January to mid-June because there's too much panic, and if we allow that to happen, to continue, then the whole economy will shut down, and it would be disastrous for the country. So we had to put a lid on the infection, on the death rate, in order for the people to be vaccinated, because President Biden committed to getting vaccination. So we delayed the problem a little bit, the consequences, the death rate a little bit. But since we are vaccinated and it showed that the vaccine works, it's none of our business anymore. Okay, people don't want to get vaccinated; it's their personal choices. We don't tell people what to do. Okay, and the infecting everyone right now: Israel, Malaysia, United Kingdom, France, Germany. And they have new waves of this new variant from India, and the infection. A lot of people are getting reinfected, but in my opinion, they don't have to worry too much because it increases the herd immunity. Okay. All right. Any other questions and comments? No? Okay. I really don't have much to talk to you about today because I have some people who made an appointment to come and see me. Okay. So, Xin, you can come up and speak Dharma. I know what. One Teksunim, would you like to speak Dharma? Come up and tell us about your depression. Huh? Are you okay? This monk here has severe depression. Okay? And when they attack him, it's debilitating. He can't function. He shuts down. Okay? Doesn't talk to people. He looks morose. Doesn't want to do anything. And look at that. He seems to be okay. Huh? Am I correct? Huh? So when he was in Korea, when he was in Korea, how many months ago? 5 months ago? 5 months ago. He basically shut down because he was at our temple in Korea, and he was fine for a while, and then they attacked him, and to the point where he actually became withdrawn and didn't talk to people. So when he came here, it's better. And then we sent him to San Jose to help out. He's very skilled. And it was fine. He was fine for a while. And then they attacked him. So he started shutting down. So I recalled him, brought him back here, brought him down here to give him some protection. And seems to work so far. Knock on wood. Okay? So, thank you. Would you like to speak Dharma? I have to go. Come up, speak Dharma if you like. Feel free. Don't be shy. There you go. Tell us. Speak to us. Speak to them. That's how we speak Dharma, impromptu, unprepared. Okay, thank you all.